Hi friends, I'm Walker and welcome back to Olive Ab Nails, where we talk about vegan and cruelty-free nail polish. Today I'm really excited to share with you a new indie brand. This is Lucki Lacquer, and this is their first launch. There are 5 polishes in their first collection and then a special release birthday shade. And I'm really excited to share this new brand with you. I love getting to support small brands, small companies, and getting to spread, the knowledge about their polishes with you. I am going to read you a little bit of information that the maker sent me. Her name is Carly. I'm going to read you that information. I'm also going to link down below the website for this new brand and the Instagram for this new brand. They launch on June 30th, and so I'm hoping to get this video up either right on or right after June 30th, and so when you see this, they will probably already be live. But let me read you this information. Alright, so the information that I have about the formula for these polishes is that they are each different and unique to each shade, in order to kind of bring out the best qualities of each polish. But all of the formulas are 10-free, they're vegan, and they're cruelty-free. She also says that they are long-lasting, fast-drying, and can go a week without chipping. I do have swatches to share with you today, and I did have the absolute pleasure of swatching these polishes and taking photos and seeing how they apply. I have not yet had the chance to wear them and test that kind of long-wearing chip-free claim, so I will come back in a couple days and I will put some comments in the description box with an update, after I've worn it for a couple days to let you know how the formula is in terms of being long-wearing and long-lasting. But I can say that I really enjoy this first release. I think there's something in this collection for everyone, and I'm really excited to share them with you. So let's dive in, and then at the end, as always, I will let you know which ones are my favorite, but I bet that a lot of you out there can figure it out while you're watching. First up is my Sailor, and this one is a really pretty kind of bully color. It's almost like a rich periwinkle, I would say this one is. And she describes this one as a classic cream formula, traditional cream formula. She says it's fully opaque in 2 coats and that the formula is a little bit on the thinner side, which I would agree with. It is a little bit thinner, but I think on this first coat you can see it doesn't really run or pool, and so it self-levels really well, which is really my concern with a thin formula, that I'm gonna get pooling on the sides or running down my sides. But this one goes on really smoothly, and it does get opaque in 2 coats. I think if you have longer nails, you might want to do a 3rd coat. Totally fine on my nails, but again, if you have, longer nails, or if you don't apply coats exactly the same way as I do, you might want to do 3. But you are looking at 2 coats of my Sailor. Alright, up next is Coral Reef, and this one, she says, is a cream finish. She says it's the most opaque of the bunch, and that it's fully opaque in 1 to 2 coats. It's a little bit on the thicker side, but still easy to work with. And this one is definitely a little bit thicker than the other creams that we've seen and that we're going to see in this collection. It's an orange-leaning coral, which is really nice. They're my personal favorite kind of corals, but I would say that this one is not so thick that it's challenging to get an even coat or a thin coat. I was able to do pretty thin coats here, and I honestly think I was maybe a little bit too conservative on my first coat, because on my second coat here, you can see that you are still seeing a little bit of nail line. I think I thought this one was going to be thicker than it was, so I would say it's up to you. I am going to, for this swatch, go in and do a 3rd coat. I feel like in these bright lights, you can see a little bit of nail line, but I have really, really distinct nail line on a couple of my nails right now, especially my pinky and my ring finger. And so depending on your nails, you might get this one opaque in 2 coats, but I just felt like I could still see a little bit of nail line, and I did do super thin coats on those first 2, and so I am doing a 3rd coat here. But as you can see, it builds up really nicely. It's really easy to get super even, glossy coats. So you're looking at 3 coats of Coral Reef. Next up is Tangerine Dream, and the maker Carly says that this formula is the most unique of the bunch. It's a jelly to cream formula. On the first coat, you see a very sheer kind of wash of jelly color, and again, you can see this formula is a little bit sheer, a little bit thin, but it's not, running or pooling. It's really easy to apply. And then she says that when you build it up on a second coat, you get kind of a jelly cream hybrid. So it's getting a little bit more opaque, I think is what that means. You can see that this one's drying not super glossy. It's a little bit more, almost like matted out, I think because it's a little bit brighter, it's a little bit closer to a neon, you're getting a little bit more of that matte finish. It's not quite as glossy. And then she says in 3 coats, you get a cream with a hint of a jelly finish. And I would agree with that. I think on this 3rd coat here, you can still see a little bit of kind of juiciness, translucency, but I really like this one. I think it is different from some of the other oranges in my collection, excuse me. It's a little bit juicier, and so you're looking at 3 coats of Tangerine Dream. All right, and then we have another blue up next. This one is Fiji, and she says this one is a traditional cream formula. It's a little bit on the thinner side, but still easy to work with, just like the first one that we saw, My Sailor. This one is much more of like a sky blue color. This one is not the same kind of blurple color, but it does have that really similar formula where, you know, I'm able to do a really nice thin coat, get a wash of color. It's not like running or pooling. It's super easy to apply. And I did feel like this one on a 2nd coat still had a little bit of nail line, but again, you can see my nail line is like super white. I don't know, this is a new thing for me. My nails have kind of started becoming really white recently. I think that that's a good thing, or I don't know, at least not a bad thing. But this one for me in 2 coats still had a little bit of nail line, so I'm going to show you it built up in a 3rd coat. Again, you should see, you know, with your application on your nails, this one might be a 2-coater for you, just like the maker says it is. But I am putting on a 3rd coat of Fiji here, and I feel like I'm getting all the way to opacity. And I just feel like you can see how super glossy her cream finishes are. So this one and the Coral Polish and My Sailor are all super creamy when they dry down without top coat. So this is 3 coats of Fiji. All right, and then the last polish from the summer collection, this is Deep Sea, and this one is described as a hollow and glitter finish. It has a deep blue jelly base with tons of hollow glitter. It's a thick formula, but easy to work with once you get the hang of it. She says she applies it like a regular polish. She doesn't sponge it on or anything, and I found this one to be really easy to apply. The glitters kind of go very evenly over the nail, and that blue base I think is actually a little bit more opaque than I expected it to be. I thought I wasn't going to get a ton of glitter. I don't know, I was nervous about this formula, but on the nails I think it applies really well, and those glitters just like really coat the nail and gleam off. And I like that this one has a mix of glitters because it gives it some sparkle in any lights. So it's not just super sparkly in direct sunlight, it's really sparkly no matter what light I wore it in, which is really fun. This one was not super challenging to take off. It did have a little bit of, you know, challenge on removal because of the glitters, but I think maybe because of the size of the glitters, they don't stick too bad. So that's 2 coats of Deep Sea. All right, and then finally we have the special extra shade that is being released at the same time as the summer collection. This is 19, and it is a glitter topper formula. She describes this shade as a sheer champagne base with gold micro glitter flakies and pink reflex. This could be fully opaque in 4 coats, but it's meant to be a topper or a your nails but better shade with just 1 coat on bare nails. So here I'm showing you 1 coat on bare nails, and I will also show you this one swatched over a couple different colors of polish. This is 19, and this is a special shade to celebrate Carly's birthday because her birthday is in June. All right, awesome. So let me know down below which one was your favorite. I would love to hear what you're thinking of this brand. They have a lot of creams, which I really like. They have some jellies, some unique formulas, that blue glitter, and I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on this brand if you're planning on picking any up. I do think that she's planning on doing at least seasonal releases, if not more frequent releases, and so I, am very curious to see what comes next from this brand. My favorite from these 6 is definitely My Sailor. This polish is a stunning color, and I was just really blown away, honestly, with all of the creams in this collection, or creams and jellies, with how glossy they are. They are super glossy, super juicy. They don't like lie flat on the nail. They're like nice and voluminous, which I really appreciate in a polish, and My Sailor is just this absolutely stunning color. It reminds me of summertime, and it's so fun, and this is definitely the one that I'm gonna put on to test the wear time. So My Sailor is my favorite from this collection. I also want to give a shout out to this absolutely gorgeous glitter, Deep Sea. This one blew me away. When I first saw it in the bottle, I thought it was going to be really base heavy. I was nervous that I wasn't going to be able to get full coverage, but I felt like these glitters were so blingy. In 2 coats, I really was able to get to full coverage. I think you could probably get, you know, a 3rd coat on there would give you even more buildup of the glitter, and it wasn't impossible to remove. I don't know, this one really surprised me. Whoop. And I really liked it. So overall, I'm really pleased with these polishes and really excited to see what comes next from this brand. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you are not subscribed yet, I hope you'll consider subscribing so that we can sit down and hang out and chat about nail polish again sometime. Awesome. I'll see you in the next one.